how in the world are you considering this? That truck is not worth more than $50,000, $55,000. You should not be paying double the amount. There's a ton of BS trucking jobs out there, and this video is gonna help you spot the bad ones from the good ones. Let's get into it. So over the years, I've seen my fair share of BS trucking job postings. I've done a few videos about this, probably more common maybe 3-4 years ago, where I used to, actually go into postings. I used to pick out, the horrible trucking jobs out there versus the good trucking jobs that are out there. So as truck drivers, as owner operators, I really believe that we as carriers need to be transparent, and you need to show people what they are going to actually make. So make sure the word's up to. It drives me crazy when people use it in their websites or in their postings. Just show people what they're gonna make, the actual rate. I have to bring this up because a lot of the BS trucking jobs revolve around lease purchase program. There's so much nonsense out there. I'm just gonna pick out 4 or 5 things of the lease purchase program that a lot of you people out there should be aware of, okay? The biggest scam in a lease purchase program would be the purchase price of a truck. When you are buying a truck or when you are buying a trailer, you need to buy it at fair market value. And a lot of the times I see, or when I get drivers that send me their lease agreement, hey Ronan, is this worth it? And when I do the math, I see somebody, purchasing a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia for $95,000 or $105,000. And I tell them, how in the world are you considering this? That truck is not worth more than $50,000, $55,000. You should not be paying double the amount for that truck. So I recently saw an ad that somebody is giving away their 2019 Freightliner Cascadia. It said with a job, it's a lease purchase program, and the 2019 had $600 payments, 150 payments of $600. Now when you do the math and you do the formula, that's $90,000 for about a $45,000 to $50,000 truck, okay? And you have to be careful from these things because a lot of them are traps, okay? You don't want to be paying $90,000 on a $50,000 unit or $45,000 unit. You actually want to pay fair market value for these trucks. Second biggest problem I have is it's a never-ending cycle for company drivers that are fed on this dream of being an owner-operator. Another catchy thing that I see out there a lot on these lease purchase programs is the walk-away lease. Why are all these advertisements pushing away this whole walk-away? Whenever you want, you can walk away. Honestly, it's worse than even a rental, because when you take a possession over a truck and you drive it for 6 or 8 or 9 months, and you are paying $700 or $800 or $900, I'd even see even $1,000 a week. That's $4,000 every single month. There's some sort of advantage to the company for you to walk away after a year or two because you've paid so much money into that truck that for them it's like, yeah, for sure you can walk away. Or this whole zero money down, like it's zero money down. There's no money down. I just sign the documents and I drive. Well, yeah, your first paycheck and your second paycheck and your third paycheck, because I've read at least 10 different companies out there, and some of them are good, they're lease purchase programs, and some of them are just horrible, and you need to really differentiate between the two of them. Now, what's with this company drivers getting paid gross earnings? I never seem to understand that. I think that a company driver needs to get paid his 65 or 70 or 75 cents per mile. I don't understand this whole gross earnings for drivers. Maybe you guys can explain it to me in the comments, but why in the world would a company driver work for gross earnings? And I've done some videos on this, that there are some company drivers that are getting paid 40 or 45 cents when they're getting 25% of $2 a mile. Why in the world would anybody agree to that? I just don't get it, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe some of you guys can explain it to me. I think the best way to find a job, honestly, to stay away from all this nonsense that's out there on the internet, I would say probably referrals are the best way. Ask your friend where he's working. Or if you want to work for a company, take whatever, ET Transport for an example. When you see the drivers at the truck stops, talk to them. Ask them, hey, what is it like working for ET Transport or ABC Transport or YYZ Transport? Ask them, what is it like working for that company? Do you have anything good to say? Do they have pickups on time, or do they pay their drivers on time? Give me some feedback on them. What is it like working for a company like that? I think that's very important, and I truly believe that, with today's technology, I feel like people are just not communicating as much as they used to. I feel like people are afraid to talk to one another, but how else are you gonna find a really good paying job out there? How else are you gonna find a company that's honest if not somebody referring you to that company? this whole holdback drives me nuts. Like whenever I see drivers that come to me and they say, oh, this company withheld $1,000, this company withheld $2,000 from me, and it just annoys me. It's just wrong. The reason why they put themselves in that situation is because them finding a job was not done properly. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is equipment. It is very, very important. Through the ads and through the Facebook marketplace and wherever you guys are finding these jobs, there's nothing like that gut feeling that you get when you go for a road test, okay? Remember that. Whatever your gut tells you usually is right. So equipment needs to be well maintained. Now, I'm not gonna have a debate with people in regards to old versus new. You can have old equipment that is well maintained, and you can have new equipment that is horribly maintained. So make sure that when you are going into a company and when you see these jobs and you think it's too good to be true, double check their equipment. How do they maintain their equipment? It is extremely important when you're looking for a job. If you have anything to add to it, I read most of the comments that are out there. Hopefully you learned something from this video. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next one.